I have a mural that's just really good and I think everyone will appreciate it.
Yeah.
I think this is like something you'd see in like the Renaissance period, like one of the greats.
Like Sistine Chapel?
Yeah, Sistine Chapel vibes for sure.
What's the definition of punk rock?
I guess it just kind of means get your own thing going yourself. Don't wait around for anybody else to give you an opportunity. I mean, I did that when I was in the bands, and when I started my art career, I did the exact same thing. It's just kind of been my moral compass my entire life of just kind of DIY until something happens for yourself. You know, if you look at paintings from hundreds of years ago during the Renaissance, pop culture really was religion, the church. So a lot of the artwork back then reflected that. Nowadays, we're not really that religious. We don't have a king and queen anymore. Who are our gods? It's Mickey Mouse, Bart Simpson, Bugs Bunny. So I'm a pop artist using what I grew up with. The deconstruction comes from the punk rock element of kind of tearing down gods, anti-conformity, which comes through in the work. And I just like to see things blow up too. I learned how to draw on a computer first, and I hated that. So I started trying to figure out how to paint maybe about 7 or 8 years ago. And all these paintings still start as a digital drawing, where now, you know, I can orchestrate a bunch of people to help. Like for example, this big painting here, this is another painting for the Japan show. The background is a series of these Ben-Day dots. This artist, Roy Lichtenstein, he's my favorite artist. A lot of people know him, he did the dot paintings. I try to incorporate some of that into my work. So my team here is putting the dots in the background right now, which is a very tedious process, and they actually hate it. And they MF me every time they have to do it. It is what it is. This is just another day to me. You know, like, it's great this is happening, and it's very hard for me to kind of accept that this is my life now, but I still think about little minute details of every little part. I don't really see the big picture ever. It's great. I do love the idea that I can have a show in another country and I have my team helping me and you guys are here filming me. That's all awesome, but I just don't ever kind of lose sight of where I came from. Like, I'm still just a guy trying to DIY everything and cobble ideas together, and it's got me this far. There's Art Basel Hong Kong. This is a piece for that's finished. The concept is, the painting's called Wishful Thinking, and the idea is it's a very fancy gallery, and one of my paintings is very big, and there's all kinds of people there at the exhibition. I'm in the painting here. That's the concept.
Well, why'd you put everybody's enemy?
I saw this jacket like 5 years ago, and just has been existing in this folder. And I don't know, I would buy it if I could find it, but I drew this woman here in this painting, and I'm like, this would be the perfect time to put this on the back of the jacket. So this is a good example of the dots I was just talking about.
Yes,
like you can see in the background, all the eye sockets have the Ben-Day dots. Very long, tedious process.
Yeah.
But
How long did this take, for example, from front to finish?
I think like a month and a half.
A month and a half.
Yeah. So I love baseball bats with spikes in them. It's kind of like a metaphor for the whole punk rock thing, whole deconstruction thing. Normally when I have an art exhibition, I like to at least make one of these. So when you walk into the art exhibition, it's the first thing you see. It sets the tone for what I'm about, the show, right? Everyone loves these things. We only ever make like 3 or 4 a year. So this year I'm making 300 of them.
Oh, sick.
And we're doing a special project later where fans can get one of these. And we're all doing like 10 different colors with 10 different color paints on top of them. Just all kinds of different stuff.
So Matt, you have like an outside patio, right? And then you have like the best mural you wanted to show us.
I have a mural that's just really good, and I think everyone will appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'd love to show you. I'd love to show everybody that's watching.
Yeah. Is it like a classical piece? Like what is it?
I think this is like something you'd see in like the Renaissance period, like one of the greats. Like I think this mural would probably go down in history.
Like Sistine Chapel?
Yeah, Sistine Chapel vibes for sure. So this piece is called Relaxed Nude. It's myself naked. Okay,
this is just beautiful.
So for real, this is just like the backyard where like we have fires and everything. I have a friend who's from London. He's a fine artist, graffiti artist named Voider. And he stayed at my studio for a couple weeks back in December. He's like, you know, I only paint women. I really should start painting men. I'm like, I agree. And he's like, who could I paint? He's like, let me paint you, Matt. Thinking I would like back out. I'm like, do it. So we literally had a nude photo shoot here in the studio. And then he spent 3 days painting this. And then I came in and just put some background skulls in there. And
That is tight.
now
that is
the
tight.
giant nude, like this is the epitome of just like egotism, I guess.
Let me ask you this though, man. Is this part accurate?
Oh,
Is
it
this
is.
part accurate?
Yeah, that's
It
the
is?
alcohol. That's the belly, yeah.
No way, man. You look freaking, I don't know.
It's
I don't
there.
know.
Trust me, it's there.
And this is really there too, yes?
No, that's Voider. That's his little tag.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now,
And
man,
you got the other tattoos and everything.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
And this is beautifully done. And I mean, I think you've made it like, once you have something like this.
Once you
under
have a
your belt.
giant mural of yourself, you've made it in life.
What's been the most challenging part of your journey thus far?
Fortunately, people like my work and it does sell and I am in demand. And coming from a cornfield punk rock kid to here, there's a lot of growth and it happened very quickly. And it was how to handle the stress of it and how to bring on a team to help. And like, I had to get rid of a couple demons in my own life, like, you know, being an alcoholic in the past, to cut that shit out. You gotta, look at all this stuff you have to do now. I couldn't do that anymore. All of it's been a challenge, but it's good. It's good to change.
How do you find your own internal conversations that allow you to continue to progress?
When I was drinking, I was very alone and shut off from the world. And it was all on me and I didn't really ask for help or like think about other people. And since I stopped that, I've been able to like look outside my window and like, oh, this person, try to grow my community, which is kind of why everyone's here today, you know, building communities. Look at this guy.
I'm smelling some good stuff
slaving
right now.
away. Hi.
Want some free lemons?
I swear to God, this morning I had to put a new notch in my belt because I lost weight. Like I took a knife and now you're here and I'm gonna have to go back to the old. Yeah. But yeah, we're doing a very big dinner here tonight with StockX. David flew in from Chicago and he's been in here for 2 days just making, I actually don't even know what he's making yet.
I don't even know either, so.
You don't know?
On this journey of being a creative, and along the way you've had to learn how to be an entrepreneur as well. Lots of times we're like really afraid to like really get our stuff out there.
Yeah.
Right? We're fearful of criticism, we're fearful of our own selves. Can you talk about the difference between just still getting your greatest work out there and evolving and just not letting everything else like get to you?
You know, you just said something I don't think is true. You just said get your best work out there. You gotta put work out there, period. That mentality right there is why a lot of young artists or creatives don't put anything out because they're concerned about putting their best work out there. I'm a guy that fucking pumps stuff out. Whatever skill level you're at today, if you're day one, make it, show it, talk about it. I've been doing this for 15 years and I still don't think my work is perfect or great,
Right.
but that's never stopped me from just, here everybody, here's what I'm making. And every year more people get interested and every year I get better and every year I get more opportunities because I don't think anybody ever gets to the point where they're like, this is my masterwork, I'm done.
Right.
You just gotta start putting it out there.
Yeah.
That's it. I think when you're starting out, you have to take every opportunity you have. A lot of them are gonna be not great. You're gonna have to eat a lot of crap in the beginning and not get paid a lot and do things you don't wanna do because you're growing your brand and you're learning how to work with other people and everything. Eventually it gets to the point where you start having opportunities come in you don't need to do anymore, and then you need to learn how to say no. And it's really hard for people to do that because they're afraid to let people down. You have to say no and focus on what's important to you and what's gonna grow you and your team's everything, you know? And it's just something you have to learn to deal with. I literally started, dude, riding a bike around Pittsburgh putting stickers up because that's all I knew how to do, but it was me showing my work. And now I get to be on this level and it's still the same idea. Put up stickers all over the world instead of just in my hometown.
No, that's freaking dope.